Hey guys, welcome back to the James Bond Show. For this episode, we're going to talk about M, my favourite M from 5 down to 1. And remember, I do these reviews and these chats and go through James Bond stuff with no fears, limits or substitutes. So it's balls to the wall. I'm going to put out my opinion there. I don't like fence sitting. It's something I really don't like. I'm just going to give you guys my opinion. And more importantly, this episode is brought to you by Phoebe Waller-Fabernazzi's size A bra. Thank you. Ching ching. Okay, guys. So that was a little naughty. Woo. Krazy Kajeevie at your service. All right, guys. So out of the 5 M's, I'm going to go from 5 down to 1. There may be a few surprises here. Let's have some fun with this. And guys, more importantly, in the comment section below, let me know what your favourite M is, your least favourite M, maybe what your favourite M scene is, what you like about them. And if you like this, guys, please hit the subscribe button so you get to see more James Bond show content. Next weekend, I'll give you a little sneaky peeky here. But next weekend, hopefully by Friday, Saturday, I'm going to release the first James Bond show Bond gear, as in Top Gear, Bond gear stunt, car stunt. And so it's going to be done when we do Bond gear. There'll be me and a buddy or two. When we do this, it's going to be with James Bond toy cars replicating actual stunts from the James Bond film. So hopefully it'll be a bit of fun. Okay, guys, number 5, M countdown. It's probably no surprise here. Edward Fox, Never Say Never Again, 1983. Oh, what were they thinking? I mean, Irvin Kershner was directing this film and he didn't think to, pull Edward Fox's performance in a bit. Just the way he would yell at 007. He had no respect for 007 and no respect for the 00 program. But the way Edward Fox overacted everything. Free radicals, 007. And that's what I'm talking about. Oh, worst performance ever. Bad. So he's number 5. And I enjoy Never Say Never Again. When he's on, seriously, flicky, full forward, yep, or fast forward. Okay, guys, number 4. Now, I'm probably going to upset a lot of 90s fans here, but Dame Judi Dench. And I'm going to get called a sexist, but hey, if it's good enough for 007, it's good enough for me. Maybe I am a bit of a misogynist dinosaur and a relic of the 70s and the 80s. I was born in the 70s. Judi Dench. Loved her in Goldeneye. Okay, I wasn't really happy that they got rid of a male M. Not so much Robert Brown, I'll get to him in a moment, but a male M. I just think M should be male. That's just my opinion. I think it's more realistic in terms of them being out in the field. And that's my preference. And it's also Ian Fleming's James Bond novels had a male M. So that's my preference. Judi Dench was really badly written, other than Goldeneye. So in Goldeneye, she's like telling Bond off for being a sexist misogynist. And then in Tomorrow Never Dies, she's telling him to go and pump Paris Carver for information. It was hypocritical. It's almost like, okay, this M doesn't exist now, and we've got this M. And she went from dressing in Goldeneye almost like a Chinese dictator or something. I am a tough woman. I dress like this. It was in Tomorrow Never Dies, she's dressing up a little bit nicer, a little bit softer colour palette with the colours. But where her M was terribly used was The World Is Not Enough. She ends up... Why is she going out in the field? This is one thing I don't... Even with a male M, I don't like M, who's the head of the British Secret Service, going out in the field so much. And her M was out all the time. So World Is Not Enough, she was terribly used. But the worst written M was probably Quantum of Solace. Daniel Craig's Bond has just, captured Mr. White. And then it's like, it'd be a cold bastard that didn't, she doesn't trust him because, you want revenge. And then later, she's like, what the hell is this Bond? Then she's relying on him. And then she's telling people to bring him in. and then cancelling his credit cards, and then got more people chasing after him. There's like a friggin' kill or capture order on him. And then she's like, oh, he's my agent. I trust him. No, you didn't trust him before. And then at the end of Quantum of Solace, do come back. What? Oh, I never left. Oh, her M was horribly used. And I think they overused her for the fact they had Dame Judi Dench as M. But her character was badly written. I think also a little bit overacted. I'm just not a fan of Judi Dench as M. So she's in 4. Number 3. Robert Brown. I personally never warmed to Robert Brown. Of course, we saw him in 1977 Spy Who Loved Me as Admiral Hargreaves. And he came back after Bernard Lee died. Robert Brown took over the role in 1983's Octopussy. And I prefer him over Judi Dench, but there's some, like a warmthness that was never there in his M. He's a capable actor. He's certainly a capable actor, Robert Brown. And probably my favourite role of his would be in License to Kill. God help you, Commander. You know, and his acting across from Timothy Dalton was really solid too. But yeah, there's just something never warm about him that I didn't like. So to be really honest, even though he is at my number 3, I'd probably have to say I think he was slightly miscast back in 83. I think he was, but yeah. Okay, so he's my number 3. My number 2, Ralph Fiennes. I love him. I'm going to keep this one short, sharp and brief. Ralph Fiennes, love him. Hopefully he sticks around for a lot longer. But I want James Bond, and Eon, please listen to this, because this is what the fans want. I just want Bond to go in, get his mission from M, or big action scene in the pre-title sequence, then go get his mission from M, flirt with Moneypenny, go get his gadgets, and that's it, and go into the mission. You know, I don't, just because we've now got Ralph Fiennes, I just hope they don't overuse him. He's a fine actor. The scene in Spectre, you know, when he slams a newspaper on his desk and he's, you know, making Bond, Daniel Craig's Bond be accountable. Loved it. That was so good. He also has a ripping line, of course, in Spectre. Well, we know what C stands for. Fantastic. So yeah, what I like about Ralph Fiennes the most is I believe that when he gets older even, he's got the potential to bring in that warmth of Bernard Lee. So I'm happy with Ralph Fiennes. I just hope they write his M closer to that Fleming type M and the earlier film M. And I'll be really happy with that. So, good casting, Eon. Good casting. You get the Kajeevie thumbs up. Okay, so number 1. Guess who? The one, the only, Bernard Lee. No one will surpass him, in my opinion, as M. He had warmth. He had toughness. He had care. He was so much better written than the Judi Dench's M, and even to an extent Ralph Fiennes' M. Just the kind of the fatherly role, even like he changed, his M changed little bits, like when with George Lazenby, obviously he seemed a little bit more fatherly, and even when he was tough, he still seemed like he cared. I didn't like his M so much in The Man with the Golden Gun. He was very crotchety, and if you notice, Bernard Lee's got a really full-on big red conker. I'm just wondering if he was on the old shaky drinky drink. I reckon he might have had a few because the conker was getting big. But apparently in real life he was a lovely man too. But his M in Dr. No helped ground that film. Just gave him a real firm father figure. And he, to me, was believable as Ian Fleming's Miles Meservey, and also as a former field commander. You could imagine him out there, or be it in the war, or be it as a spy himself. So Bernard Lee, we salute you. Sadly, he died of cancer. Moonraker was his last performance as M, and he died, I believe, in 1980, and then, of course, For Your Eyes Only came out, and they had no M in For Your Eyes Only in honour to the late Bernard Lee. So, guys, that's my M5 to 1 countdown. I'd love to know what you thought. Please let us know in the comments below. Like I said earlier, tell us who your favourite M is. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Love to hear it. I'll be back tomorrow, guys, with my Moonraker view. And like I said earlier, keep an eye out for the Bond gear stunt coming up. I know what I'm doing. I know which stunt me and a mate are doing, and it's gonna be awesome. Speaking of that, give us a little thumbs up too on that thing down there somewhere. Thanks, guys. Till next time, keep on bonding.